Ladies and gentlemen, American cheering Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. Well, Joe Biden has been found absolutely and utterly incompetent. But this is really amazing. If you haven't heard, and you've probably heard by now, I mean, this was like some of the biggest news in American history. Robert Hur released his report relative to the documents that were found in Delaware in the garage home vet of Joe Biden. And they found that he took them. He knew he shouldn't have taken them. He took them anyway. He disclosed them. But the only reason they shouldn't prosecute him is he's old and incompetent and feeble. He didn't know when his vice presidency began, when it ended, when did Bo die? He didn't know anything. This is off the charts, folks. Off the charts. And then he comes out and does a press conference and makes it worse. Because this week, Monday, he spoke to a dead Mitterrand from France. Wednesday, he spoke to the dead Helmut Kohl from Germany. Yesterday, he got the Egyptian and Mexican prime minister messed up. I never do this. I turned on CNN and they were saying, well, Trump got Haley and Pelosi mixed up. Come on. I mean, he's running against Nikki Haley, right? So Haley's on his mind. And Pelosi, totally different context. It was amazing how they were trying to spin it. Joe Biden, and then the way they used the 25th Amendment accusation against Trump when he was president. Are you kidding me? This is off the charts. Who is controlling Joe Biden? Oh, we know that. Susan Rice, therefore Barack Obama, and Joe Biden. I mean, this is disgraceful what happened. Absolutely disgraceful. Now, just think about that, folks. The feds aren't prosecuting him because he's an old, incompetent, feeble-minded man. Yet, he's the president of the United States, the most important job in the freaking world. And Donald Trump gets prosecuted. I mean, it is insane. You know what they did? I just know it. What the DOJ did is said, hey, sorry, this is so bad, we're going to hit you pretty hard. The good news is we're not going to prosecute you. Now, just imagine if they decide to charge him. Then all these issues. Can a president be prosecuted? What, for something he did while in office or former vice president? Same issues, right? Nobody's talking about that. It's unbelievable. This was a deal that the DOJ gave, saying, sorry, we're going to hit you hard, but we're not going to prosecute you. I mean, it is beyond scary for our country right now. Scary. All right. Trump had a banner day yesterday. U.S. Supreme Court on the ballot issue. Hell, even the liberal justices were jumping all over this Nimrod from Colorado. And you know what? Some of the questions were great. Like, give us another example where a national national candidate got removed from a state ballot. Couldn't think of one. And then this little Nimrod said, well, even if we lose this case, he actually said this. He goes, Congress may disqualify him if the Democrats win. They're already plotting their backup plan. Power at all costs, even the destruction of the country, it doesn't matter. That's where we are right now as a country. It's sick and messed up. And people keep talking about Trump. Trump left the freaking White House, bitching and moaning the whole way because he knew what the hell happened to him. But Trump didn't stay, did he? No, he left. Joe's the one that you're going to have somebody come in. This is Weekend at Bernie's, but it's real. Yeah. Weekend at Bernie's with the President of the United States. But anyway, they just crushed their argument. This is going to be, and by the way, the same concepts. All these people that say, oh, they're not going to take this immunity issue. These people don't know what the hell they're talking about. The Supreme Court's definitely going to take the immunity issue, and it may not be an unanimous vote, but they're going to win. Trump's going to win, at least 5-4. John Roberts, that swing vote, is big time on presidential power, executive privilege, executive power. All right, Tucker interviewed Putin last night, aired at like 6 o'clock. Putin blames Clinton. Felt double-crossed, like maybe Russia should enter NATO. I just got to ask you a question. Turn the clock back. Why in the hell wouldn't you want Russia as part of NATO?
Peace.
Peace. Peace. Instead, they formulated this plan, obviously, to gang up on it. You know what? I used to think maybe it was crazy, but maybe Putin ain't all wrong about feeling threatened. You never know. All right. Scalise returns. Republicans pick up a vote as cancer's apparently in remission. Peter Navarro's got to go serve his 4 months. Didn't get a state. Brazil has farms filing bankruptcy, and they say there's a grain issue. Big time problems all over the world. And we got senile Joe in the White House. Weekend at Joe's. Iran, Turkey have joined forces to help the Houthis. Unbelievable. U.S. Steel. The workers have gone nuts about the sale to China. Well, workers, maybe you ought to freaking endorse Donald Trump. U.S. Steel workers. It's unbelievable. There's a lot of reports that Iran has now assassins here in the United States. Folks, I'm just telling you right now, I wouldn't want to be, I'm being serious, I would not want to be in that Super Bowl stadium. Something's going to go down, folks. Something's going to go down big, 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 big. It's a matter of time. Tick, 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 tick. All right, U.S. firms, a bunch of them invested in China weaponry and technology. Way to go. Way to help them. Way to help them out. Trump won the Virgin Islands yesterday. Yeehaw! And Nevada, of course, too. Janet Yellen says that higher prices are probably here to stay. Now, just think about that. Just think about that. Your Treasury Secretary, working with the feds, have been jacking up interest rates, jacking up interest rates, jacking up interest rates, saying they're fighting inflation. And now, after doing all that jacking up, says, oh, they're probably here to stay. And I need to do a Facebook Live about this, folks. The ripple effect of what they did during COVID just keeps on going. The COVID war, the COVID battle, led to vacant downtown office space that's not coming back. That's now going to lead to devastating repercussions with the banking industry as commercial real estate defaults. They destroyed this country during COVID. These people in charge are freaking clueless. Clueless. The CBO, by the way, the Congressional Budget Office, says in a decade, our debt's going to be $54 trillion. No, it's not, because we're going to be done by then. We ain't going to be able to make it to $54 trillion. Folks, this is as good as place in because that's my last topic of the show. I got to say something. The voters in this country keep voting for and electing these people who don't know what the hell they're doing. And they've destroyed this country. Think about all these so-called smart senators, congressmen, these terrible presidents we've had. Obama, Clinton, Biden, George Bush 43. We haven't had a good president except the pause of Trump in the middle of all that. So for the last 30 years, we had one good president. One good president. They collectively, the congressmen, the senators, the Democratic, they have destroyed this great country. I got to throw in my Shakespearean insult here. They're weedy, shrill-gorged hill of fleshes. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. I weep for America. Ladies and gentlemen, American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Local News. Well, 3 more people have been arrested in this shooting of this young boy, the big controversy that went down at Holmes High School. And folks, I got the inside scoop on this, and we're going to blow the doors off of it next week. There's been an arrest with Grindr, guys using Grindr to try to go after underage kids. Sick, 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 sick. Stuff that TJ Roberts does. 22 new charges against this guy, Paul Snow, sexual assault. Death penalty. In local news, a horse got loose on I-75 in Erlanger. Running down the road. Yeehaw! Always wanted to do that. Terrorism. You ready for this? Good old Sheriff Butler says the FBI director told him it's worse than 9/11. I don't need Sheriff Butler and the FBI director to tell me that. Ludlow is thinking about merging their fire department and their police department in neighboring cities. That was a popular thing to do decades ago. In the northern Kentucky, it makes sense, saves you money. In Kentucky news, the Kentucky legislature is going to pass a bill that would allow them to call themselves into session. And a bill is going to be passed to begin a vet school. That's a big deal. Kentucky should have a veterinarian school. Healthcare immunity. Legislature is going to be trying to pass a law here that says that healthcare workers do not face criminal charges for their negligence. Folks, I want to tell you something. Check out my newsletter. Our coverage of the local news, from legislatures to cities to counties, is off the charts. EricDeters.com. But you email me at eric@ericdeters.com. We can add you to the email list. I'm telling you, folks, you get this on Friday afternoon. If you read it, you don't need any other news for the week in local and tri-state. In Ohio news, the fire chief of Cincinnati Police, Michael Washington, that got fired. Federal court's letting his case go forward. And in Marymount, scary stuff. Some young kid told his dad, hey, something's going down. Dad alerted authorities. They bust him. This Marymount kid that was planning on killing a whole bunch of people was working with a non-student outside of the school. Scary stuff. Prevented by somebody speaking up. Shame it didn't happen at Holmes. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.
Hello, you're watching Eric Deters World News. This is Jamie Spindley. Today's headlines. A non-functioning satellite, the European Remote Sensing, launched in 1995 by the European Space Agency, is expected to re-enter Earth's atmosphere around mid-February, having exhausted its fuel reserves. The Mongolian government is currently engaged in discussions with SpaceX, owned by Elon Musk, to launch the nation's national telecommunications satellite. This endeavor reflects Mongolia's effort to enhance connectivity and foster its domestic space economy, signaling a significant stride in its technology advancement. In other news, Iceland has declared a state of emergency following a volcanic eruption that has inflicted damage on vital hot water pipelines, particularly in the Reykjanes Peninsula. Thousands residing in the area are advised to conserve hot water and electricity usage due to impeding repairs, which could take days. Ukrainian President Zelensky announced the replacement of his top general yesterday, marking a significant military shakeup with the country's ongoing conflict with Russia. That's the latest headlines. Until Monday, have a great weekend.
Ladies and gentlemen, American cheering Bulldog Nation, welcome to Sports Without Boundaries. Well, the football awards have landed, and guess what? Lamar Jackson is the MVP. Second year he's won it. Myles Garrett was Defensive Player of the Year. C.J. Stroud was Offensive Rookie of the Year. Football Hall of Fame announcement, the class. You ready for this? Dwight Feeney, Andre Johnson, Devin Hester, Randy Gradishar, linebacker, Patrick Willis, Steve McMichael, and Julius Peppers. 49ers, somebody pulled their alarm at 6 a.m. at their hotel. McCaffrey's not happy. I don't blame him. NBA trades yesterday. Lots of trades. Bottom line on all the trades, New York Knicks did themselves some good. All right, Bono's blackmailed. Won $21 million or $21 million from a nephew. I'm sure he probably can't collect it. Nephew and another relative for trying to blackmail him. Mike Zimmer, formerly of the Bengals, formerly of the Vikings, lives out here in Independence, is the new defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. Yeehaw! I love this pick. That's where he started. Kobe Bryant statue, 10 foot tall. Bronze revealed at LA Lakers Stadium. Brittany Mahomes posed for Sports Illustrated. I got a comment about this. I do not get this. And you got Patrick saying, oh, I'm really proud of her and blah, blah, blah. If you are married to someone, why in the hell do you want them posing like this for the freaking world to see? I will never, ever, ever get it. All right, Super Bowl's this Sunday, 6:30. Are you going to watch? Every year when it sucks, I'm not going to watch it. But I end up watching a damn game. By the way, the guy who's picked the winner like 16 straight years says the 49ers are going to win. We'll see. You know what? I don't know. If the Chiefs win, we know it's completely scripted, right? But anyway, everybody enjoy the Super Bowl. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, American Jerry and Bulldog Nation, welcome to Pop Culture. Disney Plus has lost 1 million subscribers. Does that shock you? I don't think it does. Jason Isabel's filed for divorce. Look at his wife, guys. Wicked looking. Apparently there's a prenup and he's going to coast. Princess Kate, they think, might have had a hysterectomy. God bless her. Brett Favre remembered Toby Keith and said that he talked to Toby Keith 2 days before he died. And he said Toby had stopped doing the chemo. He was accepting his fate with bravery and was just had enough. He was worn out and tired. All right, King Charles, he apparently, it's got to be bad, folks, because old Harry wouldn't have flown over there so quick. I want to tell you something, though. They say King Charles doesn't like chemo, doesn't want to do chemo. We'll see. By the way, Toby Keith told Brett Favre he thought the chemo was worse than the cancer. Prince William finally spoke out about his relationship with Harry. He says, you know what? I always put my arm around him. I always had his back. But things have gone off the rails, and we got to be on the same team. And until that happens, it ain't going to happen. Honest. And Gwen Stefani and Blake are going to release their purple iris at a tailgate Super Bowl party. You go Gwen and go Blake. They're going to prove everybody they're still together. Still together. Like Jamie and Anna, still together. After all these years. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.